Hey guys, this is Crazy Shantae X, and welcome to another rendition of Praise Appraisal, where I determine if something is worth the praise or not worth the craze. Today we're looking at Shantae and the Seven Sirens. So, is the game truly worth the WayForward namesake? I'd say so. Shantae always had a history that I've been intrigued by, from WayForward's Matt Boson trying to find a publisher for the first game to the whole spiel behind trying to get a sequel out for 8 years since, to the best game in the series being released. Yeah, I honestly love Pirate's Curse, and even with Half Genie Hero, especially with it kind of moving away from the series' Metroidvania roots, it always stood out to me as the best one, providing some character development for the antagonist in Risky Boots that just made me really appreciate her presence, and even showed that Risky and Shantae have a sort of showing of respect or a special bond of some kind. So how long did it take for them to undo that? Okay. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Half Genie Hero, but I felt that it not really being a Metroidvania made it seem less like a Shantae game. However, the fifth game, Shantae and the Seven Sirens, looks to return to those Metroidvania roots that made the games so great. Though, is that going to be enough for this game to stand out? Well, I've worked as hard as I can to avoid spoilers for this game, especially since it technically first came out on Apple Arcade in September of 2019. Although, interestingly enough, Apple Arcade turned out to be as much a dud as Google Stadia. Now, just to clarify. 1. I got this game for free as a review code from WayForward. First off, thank you very much for that, WayForward, #free product. Second, I am in no way being paid to say anything I'm going to say in this video. So, with all that out of the way, this is Shantae and the Seven Sirens. So just to quick point this out, there's a lot more voice acting in this than in Half Genie Hero, especially with the cutscenes being done by Studio Freakin' Trigger of all people. For those who don't know them, they're probably best known for a little anime known as Kill la Kill, among other things. And after seeing the opening animation and most of the animated cutscenes, I would so fund an anime based on Shantae. Hell, maybe it'll get Risky to be further fleshed out like she was in Pirate's Curse. Just a thought. The game begins with a big change of pace as Shantae and friends decide to take a vacation, and one that I think is well deserved for someone who got fired and rehired from her job of Guardian Genie for 3 games in a row. No joke, the mayor can't make up his mind, but he's old, but be nice to him, unless he goes full bloomer on you, then be mean to him. However, the mayor of Arena Town also brought over other half-genies to put on a show for his people. We go to find the 5 half-genies, and further realize that WayForward is truly known for having the cutest characters imaginable. And I don't know a single soul on this goddamn earth that would actually believe that that wasn't Roddy Tops. So the show goes on, and then everyone but Shantae gets kidnapped, because of course Shantae is left to save the day. So, yeah, it's up to Shantae to save the day. Now, I'm going to try my best to not spoil everything in this game, especially since it's a brand new release, but I just want to make clear of a few things. All of the bosses are sirens, and as per usual, the power you get from saving a half-genie plays into the boss battle in some form. And of course, these help you explore further into the areas you couldn't otherwise pass, such as dashing as a newt or triple jumping as an octopus. Upon rescuing the half-genie, you can search around for a special item that'll net you their magic, fully with their consent of course. WayForward would never stoop so low. To allow you to recover health, reveal hidden collectibles, and even electrify enemies and the environment. That is the thing that they programmed into the game. And it has an achievement, no less! In terms of collectibles, because what Metroidvania wouldn't have those, you can get cards from enemies that, so long as you have the required number for the respective enemy, can be equipped for a little boost in things like attack power, a magic attack being stronger, and faster crawling, because there's always that one guy who had to make it odd. Crabs are weird, man. As for the cards from bosses, you'd usually have to go finding another collectible in gold nuggets, which you can trade for a card of the boss for their own ability, usually pertaining to the transformation you get in the area you fought them in. There are also hidden treasures that require one of the aforementioned dance attacks that I admittedly didn't bother searching for because I didn't know what they were or where, and I found one entirely on accident. Okay, you know what, I know the game is literally just out, but there has to be some kind of guide since it was on the Apple Arcade, right? Oh, that's right. Apple Arcade is the Google Stadia of Philips CDIs. And Virtual Boys. There are a lot of console flops that we don't really know about, huh? The last collectible is a returning one from Pirate's Curse in Heart Squids. You can find them throughout the island and the labyrinths, which is what the levels are called by the way, with 3 found in each labyrinth and the rest in the overworld. Collect 4 of them and you can net yourself a heart container to increase your health. Oh hey, Squid Baron ends up returning once more. Uh-oh. Look, don't tell him anything, okay? Just I ain't saying nothing. I gotta be honest though, most of the transformations feel a bit underwhelming. Usually in these games, the transformations can get some upgrades and such, giving them more use outside of traversing specific areas and such as with fighting enemies. However, they seem to only have one use in this game. Hell, even risky special items in Pirate's Curse have more than one use than what they were intended for. Though there is one fusion coin ability that I consider top tier. In the Tortoise. It's used to break blocks by dashing or via a sort of ground pound. And I'm not gonna lie, even with all the accidental deaths caused by dashing as this thing, it's the fun form to use for the most part. Oh, by the way, I heard Risky's in this one. I wonder if they're doing something to flesh out her character a bit more like with Pirate's Curse. Okay, so originally I was going to trash Risky's little arc here as it felt like her motive made her seem generic, even if it fit her career as a pirate somewhat. As well as her just being evil for the sake of evil being evil, this evil, that, evil, evil, evil. However, and I'm gonna try my best to not directly spoil anything major and lack as much detail as possible, WayForward pulled a fast one on me when I beat the game, as there's a sort of nod to Pirate's Curse and her sort of bond/respect for Shantae. Honestly, I'm glad that they did this, even if the game was saying otherwise the whole time, because, as I think about it, it makes sense to have that revealed for the ending and not, like, throughout the game. Also, yes, the zombie genie is Roddy Tops. Wow, I'm not surprised.
What is she wearing? And where can I get one?
You are truly the best one, Roddy. So, yeah, I think that's all I really got to say about Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Obviously without going into spoilers. But I can't say that. You're in for quite a treat with that. Regardless, how much praise do I think this is worth? Honestly, I had a lot of fun with this game. It's got that WayForward charm, the level designs are enjoyable, the environments are pretty, it controls great on all fronts, and on its own is pretty great. Honestly, I think the game comes a very close second to Pirate's Curse for me. Not gonna lie, this video was really scripted and planned to be about the game before I beat it. Now that I did, I got a better understanding of the roles everyone played, and it all came together. And I'm very okay with that, honestly. Now, just to be further clear once more, I in no way was paid for any of this, and I got the code for free from WayForward, hashtag free product, hashtag thank you WayForward, so that I would review it for them. Totally free, no payments at all. Speaking of getting paid to say stuff, this video is sponsored by Rachel.